My family wants me to give up my wedding venue to my pregnant sister. My fiancé and I have been together for 8 years and engaged for 3. I was pursuing my Doctor of Philosophy degree while planning our wedding, so we decided to book our dream venue 3 years in advance. The only available date was in September of this year, which worked perfectly as I would have completed my studies by then. My younger sister became engaged a few months ago and had initially planned for a spring wedding next year. While she did not have a venue booked, she had made arrangements with a few vendors and finalized a date. Recently, our parents invited us and our significant others to a family barbecue, where my sister made an announcement to the extended family that she was expecting a child. Everyone was thrilled for her and her fiancé, who, by the way, is a wonderful person. During the conversation, my grandmother asked my sister if the wedding was still planned for the original date or if she and her fiancé intended to postpone it because of the pregnancy. My sister replied that she hoped to move the wedding to September. Initially, I did not think much of it. We do not have many guests coming from out of town, so it seemed possible to attend both weddings without any scheduling conflicts. My grandmother offered to help my sister with the planning, given the shorter timeline. However, my sister then turned to me and said, "That is what I wanted to talk to you about. I was really hoping we could take your venue? I really cannot stress myself too much with planning a wedding while attending maternity classes. And I think it is so beautiful. It would really mean a lot to me." The atmosphere became tense, and everyone stared at me, expecting me to agree. I was caught off guard. My sister's fiancé looked uncomfortable and tried to de-escalate the situation by reminding her that they had already discussed this and decided it was not appropriate to ask. However, my sister brushed him off and said, "Do not be like that. My sister wants to do what is best for me, so it is no big deal, right?" I managed to say, "Well, it kind of is. I do not know. I have my heart really set on the venue." Cue the tears. My sister stormed off, visibly upset. My grandmother called me selfish, stating that my sister needed the venue more than I did. My parents also began pressuring me. My mother said, "You waited 3 years. Would it kill you to wait a few more months? When has your sister ever asked you for anything?" The comments continued, and my fiancé eventually became so angry that we left the barbecue. Later, my sister called me in tears, accusing me of being unfair and saying that I always get what I want. She claimed that I could have done this one thing for her. My father chimed in as well, saying, "It is just a venue. What matters is the person you are marrying." While I understand his point, my fiancé and I have spent years planning this wedding, and the venue holds sentimental value for us. Now, my family is threatening not to attend the wedding, accusing me of being selfish because my sister needs the venue more due to the stress of her pregnancy. My fiancé is furious and does not even want my sister at the wedding anymore. My sister's fiancé called me to apologize for the situation. He explained that he had already told my sister not to ask for the venue and that he was upset with her for doing so anyway. He warned me that my sister was now blaming me for potentially ruining her marriage. My father has since sent me several text messages, all along the lines of, "I hope you are happy. Your sister has not stopped crying since yesterday." After much discussion, my fiancé and I decided to remove my sister from the bridal party and replace her with my aunt, who is the only family member supporting me in this situation. We have not yet decided whether we will invite the rest of my family to the wedding. To make matters worse, my mother took it upon herself to contact my fiancé's parents, arguing that it would be best for my sister to have the venue because she is pregnant, and claiming that preeclampsia runs in the family. My future father-in-law was furious and told my mother in no uncertain terms to stop interfering. He even warned her that their behavior might permanently damage our relationship. My mother is now crying as well, calling my future father-in-law an asshole. Despite all of this, my future in-laws have been incredibly supportive. They visited us that evening with dinner and wine, reassuring us that they would always have our backs. I cried tears of gratitude. My sister saw this story on Reddit and immediately lost her temper. She accused me of misrepresenting the situation and claimed that I was painting her as an unreasonable person. She argued that she had only asked because she loves me and that family should always come first. I responded with the following message: "I am sorry that you perceived it that way. I did not exaggerate or distort anything that happened. Perhaps you remember that night differently than I do, but I stand by my account of events. I am tired of bending to your will. My entire life, I have been your servant and your doormat. Remember all the birthdays I had to share with you because you threw tantrums over not receiving presents? Or the times you made me fill out job applications for you? The thing that hurt me the most, though, was when you ruined my graduation. I admit that I have spoiled you in the past, but I will not do so anymore. If you want to marry before your baby is born, you can look into Hotel X, which offers last-minute wedding packages. I have spent too much time planning my wedding to simply give it to you. If this ruins our relationship, so be it. I will sleep peacefully knowing that it was not my fault." She responded with, "Wow. You must love me so very much," and blocked me. Later, she unblocked me to send a screenshot of a message she allegedly received from my wedding planner, confirming the rebooking of the venue. Fortunately, my planner assured me that no changes could be made without my presence and consent. My fiancé and I have secured passwords with all of our vendors to prevent interference. We cancelled the catering that my parents had paid for and will instead host a cooking party with friends and family to prepare a buffet for the wedding. My brother, who has also been very supportive, will walk me down the aisle. While I am deeply hurt by my family's behavior, I am grateful for the support of my fiancé, his family, and our friends. If my parents and sister apologize sincerely, I may consider allowing them to attend the wedding. If not, I will move forward without them, knowing that I have surrounded myself with people who truly care about me. Thank you to everyone who helped me see how toxic my family's behavior was. Your kindness and advice have meant the world to me.